So, hello everyone, welcome back to one of the very fresh and engaging episode of Grow with Anshuman. And today we have Megha with us. Hi Megha, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Everything is hunky dory. Thank you so much for asking. What about you, Anshuman ji?
I'm doing pretty well. And insane this year, things are going so well at their good pace and speed. So, enjoying that way. Thank you so much for asking. So, before we begin, would like to know a little bit more about you, though you are also pretty known face on YouTube. Have seen you pretty much time teaching people on grammatical portion, vocabulary, making them learn a good
Yeah.
phrases and things. So, how do you define
Yes.
yourself?
So my name is Megha. I hail from the beautiful state of Uttarakhand.
Okay.
If I talk about my education, I have completed my BSc from Delhi University. Nowadays, I'm working on my communication skills. I love interacting with people from different walks of life, and in this way, I'm learning a lot of things. My perspective towards life is also changing. In my spare time, I love to listening to hymns, especially music. I love listening to music, but especially I love hymns. And apart from this, I also run a YouTube channel with the name Megha's English Galaxy. This is a little bit about me.
Hmm. Amazing. A brief introduction wherein you have covered all those major aspects of life pretty well. Cool. So would like to know, you said something which really caught my attention, that communication or working on your communication gave you a new perspective of taking up life. Could you just explain a bit that how exactly and what do you mean by this?
I wanted to say that when we interact with people from all over the India, especially if I talk about myself,
Mm-hmm.
so in this way I'm learning, I'm improving my communication skills. Okay, but apart from this, I'm learning about their cultures, how they are dealing with their struggles, about their obstacles, so many things. So in this way, I get inspired from those people with whom I'm interacting with. So in this way, I'm improving my perspectives and simultaneously I'm improving my communication skills as well. So that's I mean, yeah.
Got it, got it. I can pretty resonate with this thought because doing this YouTube stuff, I believe we do have a privilege to talk with any of the individuals coming from any of the corner of India, sometimes maybe of the globe, right? So do
Yes,
we do get that
definitely.
exposure to talk about. So would you like to highlight few of
Yes.
the learnings of any of the learners you have connected and felt, oh, I did learn this today from that guy or maybe that girl?
So there are so many learners, they are at beginners and, they have started teaching simultaneously.
Okay.
Although they are learners, but they are also teaching simultaneously. So that is something that really, strikes a chord with me because they are motivation for me.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are learner, but still they are teaching. And I also believe that, teaching is the best form of learning. If you want to learn something, start teaching because in the process you will also learn a lot of things. Although I also interested in teaching, I love teaching, I'm
Okay.
passionate about teaching, but and right now I cannot actually start teaching
Mm-hmm.
because of so many things. So
Mm-hmm.
but I got inspired in that way. They have that, dedication, that motivation, or especially that belief in themselves that yeah, we are learning but simultaneously we can teach also. So this is something that inspired me a lot, I would say, while
Got it.
interacting with people. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
So teaching, you mentioned pretty well that it would give you an immense pleasure. And I have also read this quote somewhere that if you wanted to learn something faster, start teaching. But I
Yes.
believe what is the core fundamental of this? Why people I mean, say like this? Do you believe that because while we're gonna teach something, we feel that we'll have to be prepared enough? Because if we are teaching something, we cannot be wrong, right? So this is the psychology behind this, or do you feel any other specific reason which would be backing
Um,
this thing?
yeah, so that the question is quite interesting, I would say. I can
Mm-hmm.
resonate with it totally because I'm that person who believe that, like for example, I'm teaching someone.
Mm-hmm.
So I am that person who believes that you should have a vast knowledge about that, whatever you are teaching. So that is one of the reasons I'm not moving ahead for starting teaching. Even if I talk about beginners also, because I believe that you should be at least at the intermediate B1, B2 level if you are teaching to beginners. You should
Okay.
have that confidence.
True.
Although I got inspired, but somewhere I feel that you should have, that knowledge, vast
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, I would say. So that is why. So I'm totally agree with whatever you said, Anshumanji. You should have, detailed knowledge about that particular thing. before teaching on anything. If we are talking about spoken English or any other subject, and if I talk about myself, I started teaching just after 12th class. In the morning, I gave my
Okay.
exam, last
Mm-hmm.
exam of 12th, and in the evening, I joined my sister, my elder sister. She was already engaged in teaching at that time, so I joined her and I started. So I'm very passionate about teaching, but I also believe that you should have enough knowledge before teaching anybody, because it's about the career of that particular person, that
Correct.
particular student. Yes.
Right. Would like to know that in teaching, as you mentioned that you are doing from 12th, what was the specific subject? Was it English only, or was it some other thing? Because you
No,
mentioned
no,
that
I
you have
was
done.
not.
Uh,
Yeah, actually, I was not into teaching English.
okay.
I was, I love science and mathematics. So I
Interesting.
used to teach science
Mm-hmm.
to ninth and 10th class student at that time.
Mm-hmm.
When my sister was already there in teaching, so I used to give some time before 12th also, sometimes like
Mm-hmm.
for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whenever student used to get stuck on any particular topic or any particular question. So I used to help them at that moment. But specifically, I started just after 12th. So I used to teach science and mathematics up to ninth and 10th class, and up to 8th, I used to teach all
All
subjects. Although
subjects.
my SST was not good,
Okay.
my social studies, I was not good at that subject, but I used to put my best foot forward at that time also. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So nowadays you mentioned that you have completed your bachelor's. I believe that is back then, or recently you have completed this.
No, it has been, I think in 2017 I have completed, so it has
Okay.
been a long time. Yeah.
Okay. And since then
Yes.
you have already been into this teaching zone wherein you were teaching people.
Yes, I was. I never left teaching.
Okay.
Actually, after marriage, I gave 2 years gap. After
Okay.
marriage, I would say. But before that, I was also like, whether I'm working somewhere else or whether I'm doing my study, I was doing my study. I was always into teaching. Like in the evening, I used to give 1 hour, 2 hours, in the evening. So I was in teaching, almost every time of my life. Yeah.
Got it. One hypothetical question I would like to ask quickly, that if you'll get a chance
Yes.
to teach mathematics or a science and parallelly or the option is you can teach English, what would you choose and why?
So at the moment, I would choose English because as I
Okay.
already mentioned, nowadays I'm enjoying this language and I am, eagerly want to improve my communication skills, my conversation skills. So at the moment, I would, go for teaching English rather than mathematics and science.
Having said that, you do have a degree of technique, I mean BSc, but you still choose
Yes,
the English because you wanted to learn. You wanted to be
yes,
better at
definitely.
communication. All right. And
Yes,
how do you rate your communication in general, Megha? Would like to know a little bit about that. Because I believe we are interacting from last 5 to 10 minutes. You were speaking, well, you were just giving very precise answer. I'm feeling that I'm talking to a very prominent speaker. So in from your
no.
perspective, how do you rate yourself in terms of communication, maybe spoken English?
First of all, Anshumanji, I would say I am a learner and I'm still learning. And if you talk about feedback, so I would give 7.5 to myself because I feel I'm lacking in, there are some gray areas. If I talk about my communication skills, like sometimes I do grammatical mistakes, although I try to, do as much, as little as possible, but sometimes it happens,
Happens, yeah.
suddenly. Yeah. So grammatical portion is there. Apart from this, sometimes I pronounce some words incorrectly.
Okay.
So because of these two things, I would give myself 7.5 out of 10. Yeah.
Got
And
it.
what is your opinion?
I don't have
How many marks would you?
no, I don't have any opinion, to be honest, as I already
Okay.
given my remark, because I generally gauge people in terms of specifically talking about communication, that how well they can connect with the any individuals rather than, because
Yes.
this is something what you is specifically talking about English spoken skill. And for me,
Yes.
communication is far different from any of the language, because somebody would be an exceptional communicator, having said that he or she
Yes.
doesn't know how to speak English, right?
Yes.
If he can actually convey their message in their native language, they can connect with the learner, they can make other people
Yes.
feel talk about themselves. I believe they had already fulfilled the
Yes.
motive. And having said that,
Yes.
all the things you have been explaining, the things you are asking questions, you're engaging, I'm feeling very attentive. So I believe you have already fulfilled the motive of communication wala part. right?
Yes, definitely couldn't agree more, because whatever you are saying, this is truly, this is correct. It is totally correct, because, if we are able to convey our message correctly, that means we are good communicator. At least we are able to, convey our message, the person who is in
True.
front of us, right?
True.
So totally agree with you.
Tell me two or three things, Megha, according to you, where people lag while they start. Maybe you can talk about the spoken English mistake they used to do while they start.
Okay. So I believe that subject verb agreement is one of the most common topics in which people lack, because sometimes while speaking, they, like for example, they are using he or she, but they
Hmm.
are using verb ki first form, something like that.
True.
Although with he, she, name it, we have to use verb plus s or yes, something like that. So these types of mistakes I noticed a lot of time, and sometimes I also do. So yeah, so subject verb agreement, and second, there are MTI errors also. It's not the mistake of that person. Actually,
True.
it is something we learned through our mother tongue, I would say. So MTI is there, and sometimes people use a lot of fillers, like or something like that. So
Correct.
these are some great, these are some points where people are lacking,
Hmm.
and they try to use advanced words while speaking. And I believe that there is no need of using advanced vocabulary. Just start with simple words
Hmm.
initially when you are at beginner level. Then slowly and gradually, when you feel that you are becoming fluent, or you have, just achieved that level,
Correct.
fluency, accuracy, then you have to go for advanced vocabulary. But people start learning difficult words in the beginning, so that is something I don't believe we should do. So these are some points I believe.
Got it. You pretty well resonated. And last one is what I always emphasize while people come and ask Anshuman, I wanted to be, exceptionally well at my vocabulary. I do ask why. Do you really want
Yes.
to sound like Sasi Tharoor, or you wanted to convey your message in easy manner? And they say, no, no, I just
Yes.
literally wanted to convey my message so that everyone can understand. And the other hand, they are
Yes.
saying that I wanted to use some of the word so that other people would feel that he is or she is a very good speaker, but he or she doesn't understand that. I feel that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes. Yes.
coming back to this grammatical portion you mentioned, I would like to know from you that how and how much grammar should a person would take care of while they start their English journey? Because this is pretty general question what majority of individuals do have. That tell me that is it grammar is important the first, and second, if yes, then how much do we need to learn in order to speak better? Because some of the time we feel that once we'll be perfect, then we can speak, and in that loop of perfection we somehow tight. So tell me quickly, you can tell about few of the things which people should have before starting their speaking journey in terms of grammar.
Yes, I believe that yes, grammar is important for speaking English,
Hmm.
but not deep knowledge of grammar.
Okay.
Only basic or simple grammar, I would say. Like for example, again I would say tense. You
Mm-hmm.
should have knowledge of tense
Tenses.
models, helping verbs. I would say auxiliary verbs.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have knowledge of tense, helping verbs, auxiliary verbs, modals, and apart from this, subject verb agreement. These are some common topics. If you have command over all these topics, then you can definitely speak good English. Apart from this, there is no need of learning conditional sentences, narration, voice. These are deep topics. So I would not suggest audience that go for all these advanced grammar. Just stick to simple basic grammar. That is enough for speaking. This is
Got
my
it.
opinion, and I think this should be opinion of every learner, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Even that's what I also push towards the individuals who have who really wanted to start, but they're stuck and they feel that no, no, I will, I have already, listened to of the opinion. Either they say once I'll be perfect at this, then I'll start. Second one's I don't care about the grammar. Let me speak with whatever. So it is something like we start doing this bad practice and we'll habitual to do the same mistakes again and again that it becomes our habit. Then it is very hard to unlearn those things. So you pretty much answered it well that we can start with basic things, and I believe that eventually we can just polish our grammar too, like we can add few of the things, maybe those pretty well sentences as per the things goes. All right, got it. And you mentioned.
Sentence structure should be there. I believe that you should know how to structure a sentence also. Like for example, while we are reading a book,
Hmm.
like I am at beginner level, for example, and I'm
Hmm.
learning, I'm reading, I'm speaking, and I have basic knowledge of grammar. But
Hmm.
in the process, over over the time, what would happen is that while I'm doing everything for improving my English, reading, speaking, and listening, so automatically I will get the hang of that language. I will automatically speak good sentence structure and advanced vocabulary also if I'm into reading and other activities as well. So over the time, we will get that thing automatically. We don't need to get deeper into grammar, right?
True, true, true. Do you really think, Megha, I would just want to ask this question to you because I believe a lot of learners do complicate this thing of learning English. They wanted to better at speaking. They do everything except speaking. Do you also think this is a mistake, or this isn't part of parcel of that they read books, they do blah blah blah, but they're not able to speak or they don't practice it?
So, actually, I would say I can resonate again with this question because initially I used to do that. I
Okay.
started my channel in April 2025, as that at that moment I used to teach or I used to make videos related to grammar only. I was not into speaking,
Mhm.
but in January 2026, I thought I should work on my speaking, and I started then only. This year 2026. Before that, I was never into speaking, and there was not any speaking environment as well. So I got to know about this thing. When if you want to speak, you have to speak. That is the only option. You cannot learn, like for example, if you want to learn driving, you have to start driving.
True.
There is no other option.
Correct.
Not by reading book how to handle each and every part of that car, then we would be able to. By reading, not only we can drive a car, by just doing that, by driving we can learn driving only. So same thing happened with speaking. If you want to improve your speaking, you have to speak anyhow. So speaking can be improved only by speaking, not by reading, writing, or listening. You have to open your mouth. You have to say something in English, then only you can speak English, right?
Right. And I believe the learner who are watching this video, if they would able to take this one simple thing and they can inculcate in their life, don't you think so? They would get immense result because this is very underrated. We complicate very simple thing. And back then, I also see my journey 2.5 years back. 1 year, I just was watching videos, was obsessively watching if any of the thumbnail was learn English within 10 days. Very fantasized. Okay,
Yes,
just watch
yes.
this video within 10 days, I've learned. But nothing got changed. Once until unless you open your mouth, you try to put your own efforts, you don't get into water, how would you even able to swim? So if
Yes,
somebody is
definitely.
watching this video till very end here, I would highly recommend take this action, take the shot, and start from today itself. Right. All
Yes,
right.
definitely.
Now, would like to ask a question to you since, as I already mentioned, I find you pretty well at speaking. You are an eminent speaker. No, things there. So, what is your next step? Where you're looking yourself, Mega, in next 2 years? How do you portray or wanted to excel at your communication? What are the gray areas in terms of communication or scope of improvement right now you are working towards?
So right now I'm trying to inculcate the habit of reading because I believe that reading will help me a lot. So nowadays only I have started a few weeks ago, but still I'm struggling with inculcating this habit. So I want to inculcate this habit of reading apart from this writing, because reading and writing take a back seat in my case. So I'm trying to inculcate these two habits. And apart from this, I also, sometimes we stuck. Uh, if we are talking about any particular topic, like for example related to the topic I'm not familiar with,
Mm-hmm.
so in that case I also stuck sometimes. So I believe that by reading or by involving myself in reading too much, I will
Mm-hmm.
improve my speaking on those topics as well. So
Got it.
in this way, I'm working. And apart from this, I will work on advanced vocabulary because I feel I can convey my message in a more efficient way as compared to before. So now I should work on my vocabulary also. So these are two things I'm working on, and I'm working on nowadays also. And if I talk about where I will see myself after 2 years, so I want to become a good spoken teacher. I
Okay.
would like to teach students in spoken English especially. So I will see myself at that. I would have a coaching center or something, online classes like this. So I visualize all these things about my future. But yeah, so
Got
that
it.
is what my
Seems like
opinion.
you
Yeah.
believe in manifestation too. Having said that, you already taking enough actions. I believe people should do this. Manifestation
Yes,
based action.
definitely. But I believe that manifestation works. I believe that. But
Hmm.
you know what I believe about myself? God takes a lot of test of mine. Then only He gives me something. So I have to put a lot of efforts for achieving something. I believe that I have. Sometimes I believe that somebody who is at lower level than me, I'm not comparing because we should run our own race. But
True.
it, you know, human nature, I would say. So sometimes when I compare, I feel that I'm better than the person, but still I'm not getting the fruits which he or she getting in a short period of time. So these types of feelings also come. But I'm a hard driving person, ambitious, so I never give up. And still, till now, I never give up on anything. So same nature is still with me, and I, until or unless I will achieve what I want to achieve, I will do whatever is required for achieving my dreams. Yeah.
Liking the mindset of yours. Even since earlier, I was
Mm.
just, once you told that I wanted to teach English, that's why I just cased this your mindset that you actually wanted to be better at something. And once you put your hard efforts, I believe nobody can beat us. And I would
Yes.
definitely resonate with this thing because I haven't got the results from last 2 years. You won't believe I have started my YouTube journey so long, like 3 years. And I
Mm.
literally for 2 years, I
Okay.
was getting 2, 3 views in terms of number.
Mm.
One was from
Yes.
my parent, one was from my sister, one was from my one of the very close friend. But because I was improving
Okay.
so fast, I was not able to
Yeah.
quit that time. And I'm thankful to myself to being consistent enough. Now people are saying,
Yes.
Anshuman, you are speaking so well. But the journey
Yes,
or those,
definitely.
I believe everyone should progress and all the best for your journey, regards. I believe you would definitely get what you want because you're not ready to quit. You are putting your efforts, you're figuring it out,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
get what you want. Cool. And you mentioned
Yeah.
something, just tell me if this is your question. You mentioned that you wanted to improve at the articulation while you wanted to talk any of the random topics which you haven't practiced. That was
Yes.
your third things, what you're improving these days, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I would have something to share here because this is very general question I do encounter. Even I have faced this a lot. 6 month till the 6 month like back, I was being going through the same situation wherein I was being put in a certain situation where I was not being prepared, and they asked me any of the question, Anshuman, what is your take on this? And I was like, how
Yes.
do I tell about this? Can I able to articulate the
Yes.
things because maybe I'm aware, not much aware about the topic. Am I able to deliver or not?
Yes.
So I watched a video of Matt O'Brien. He's a professor at GSB. GSB stands for Graduate Harvard Business Schools, where he used to teach individuals how to tell or talk effectively, right? And he told me a framework
Okay.
which I essentially use to give an articulation about any of the random topics, which goes like before even starting, you will have to just say a simple phrase. Hey, see, this is what I haven't spoken before, and just pardon me
Okay.
if I'll just get wrong. This simple
Yes.
phrase give you immense confidence and immense support to be wrong. And once we do that, we don't
Yes.
have any expectation to perform or just say which is being right.
Yes.
So
Definitely. Yeah.
I believe this is
So
what
we
I
can
did.
start with these lines. Yes.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that hey, just this
Yes.
is for the first time I'm trying something new. Pardon if I just make
Yes.
some mistake, right? I would just
Yes.
take a
Thank
chance. I
you
would
so
like to
much
take.
for sharing this.
And this
Yeah.
is just a part number
Yeah.
one. There is three simple things.
Okay.
First is, unless we just tell this, but ultimately we'll have to speak. One phrase cannot
Yes.
save us. So, but how are we gonna
Yeah.
speak? So there, the structure comes into picture, and you won't believe this is very underrated. I put myself in the same situation wherein I have said this thing. Megha, I hope that you can listen me there. Can you get me?
Yes, I can hear your voice broke in between. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So the second
Now
thing
I
I
can
was
hear you.
got it.
Yes.
Thank you for. So I was saying that second thing is a structure, and you won't believe some of the time I was being put on any of the situations where I feel that I cannot speak. And I have already told this phrase that I'm a beginner here. I'm just taking my chance for the first time. And I spoke for half an hour. They were like, you are kidding. How, if you're not knowing, how would you able to speak for half an hour there?
Yes. Yes, it
Just,
happens sometimes. Yeah.
yes. And just because of
Yeah.
that structure, that what did I follow, even though I was not aware, but I was able to
Mm.
articulate so well because I was following a structure. So that structure is very simple. Divide any of the topic into three parts: what, why, and how. let's suppose any of the topic comes in front of you. Tell me, Megha, tell me something, your take on financial management. Tell me your take on your time management. Though you're not pretty aware about how and what technicality is there, because you
Yes.
know the basic terminology, you just divide those things. What is that? Why it is important? And how do I inculcate this in me? Talk 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute. So you can take the conversation for so long and you will be super
Yes,
articulated,
definitely.
right?
Yeah, so it is a very powerful method, I would say, and very helpful. Thank you for sharing this to me, Anshumanji. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I thought just to add on because I have got a very good
It is
result.
something I'm struggling with, yeah. So I will definitely work on this, whatever you share, definitely. And it is very helpful method. And for this, I joined classes from English Yari
Oh,
because they let you speak on different topics. So in this, that is the one of the reasons I joined English classes from there, from this platform, so that I'm able to talk on different topics. That was one of the reasons, but now I will apply this method. Let's see how it works for me.
and at last, one thing I
Right.
did miss. Yeah, two things you got it.
Yeah.
First, just tell that phrase. Second is follow the structure. And third, try to summarize what did you speak. Because nobody remember half an hour speech. We are human. We cannot
Yes,
say, okay,
yes.
what he or she just told. He is a very good speaker, but I didn't get out of things. So at
Yeah,
last,
so
don't forget to
summarize
summarize.
everything.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
people are
So
very short memory.
start with the common lines.
Yes.
Although I haven't spoken about this topic any time. And second, what, why, and how. And
Mhm.
third, summarize everything,
Done.
whatever
You are
you
good
said.
to go. Yes.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's very helpful method, I believe.
Yeah, I would definitely say that every individual's watching this, if they're struggling with this, they will get a lot of help from that. But I like the conversation. It's been half an hour. We are, continuously engaged in the conversation, and I like
Yeah,
that you share
yeah.
your insights. And I believe that learner who have watched this video till here, they would have got a lot of things to learn, right?
Yes, definitely. They would learn a lot of things, and how can they, inculcate so many new things in their learning English, this language, right?
Yeah. So
Yes,
thank
and
you
I
again.
don't feel like it has been 30 minutes. If,
Exactly.
to be honest, yeah, to be honest. Yes,
Right, right. Likewise, that's why I believe that if we do have a commonality of interest and we go into the flow, then we can actually go deeper into the topics and give more insightful conversation. However, I would just give this chance to the learner if they want us to discuss on any of the particular topics, just jot it down in comment. We'll sit, discuss, and come up with the new insight. But thank you so much, Megha,
yes,
for joining me here. I really enjoyed the
yes.
conversation and your insights. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed this conversation a lot, and thank you so much for inviting me. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation and hope the same thing from you, Anshumanji. And
Okay.
have a lovely day. Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Yeah. Yeah.